welcome to my video, people watching. I'm Jonna, you know me, and this is Morgan. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about this, you guys. You have no clue. I am an original Kid Nation stan. Kid Nation was my life in 2007, whenever it came out. I was 11 at the time, so I was like right at the age of all the kids, or
Is-
majority.
Yes. Yeah, that was like the median age. That's a great age to watch the show.
Yeah, and then I rediscovered it in ninth grade and rewatched the whole thing. And then over quarantine, rewatched the whole thing.
Amazing.
And I was looking up what the kids are up to, and I found out that Morgan has been in Hamilton.
I have since 2018 now, which is wild. So,
Wow. Oh, that
yeah,
is so cool. So I was wondering if we could talk a little about Hamilton
of
because
course,
people love it. People love Hamilton.
for sure.
So, what was your first experience with the show? Did you listen to it, see it? How did you first come in contact with Hamilton?
That's a great question. So I was one of those like weirdos that definitely did not jump on the Hamilton train like the rest of the free world as soon as everyone else did. I was working at a regional theater in Indiana, where I'm originally from, and I was doing another show. And I remember I was on a road trip home with one of my best friends. She lived in Michigan, not too far away, and it was the first time I had ever heard any of the music. And she played "Burn" for me, and I just remember thinking, that was heartbreaking and like stunning and all the things. And so I just started getting more and more into it, but very slowly. Like I had a very slow progression of listening to, like, it's a lot. It's a lot of music and stuff. So
Oh,
a lot
it
of,
for sure is a lot. And what does songs start off with? Wow, that would just
right? I remember that being like the first song I heard from the show, thinking like, this is so intense. Like, is this the rest of the musical? So
yeah,
yeah.
that's so cool. So then what has your journey with performing in the show been like? I heard that you did the Puerto Rico cast. You were part of that. That is
Yeah.
so cool.
Crazy. I've now officially, I guess, been with two official companies of Hamilton. So I auditioned for the show, let's see, in August of 2018. And I booked it in September, like a month later, which was wild. And then I ended up joining the And Peggy company of Hamilton, which is so cool. And we started out our tour in Puerto Rico with Lynn playing Ham, which was, of course, wild. And
Yeah,
so
wow.
yeah, for sure. And then we moved that touring company to San Francisco, and we kind of stayed put there for a year. And then my time was up with them, and I ended up moving to the Eliza tour in Los Angeles. So that's where
Wow,
we are.
that's so cool that you've been in like big places, like Puerto Rico, San Francisco.
Yes, I've lived in some pretty awesome places. I know very few people who can say that, they've been in Puerto Rico for especially for the first week we were there. We had just a leisurely week while the set was getting put together and all the moving pieces were coming together. And so that was just a week on the beach, which was glorious.
That is such a cool
So,
experience. Wow, and with Lynn, that's so cool. I met Lynn.
no,
Yeah, I have a video of me meeting Lynn on my channel because I stage doored. I didn't get to
I
see the show.
know. I saw the graphic. I need to watch the video because I've seen your channel and like I saw the graphic of it. I'm like, that's so awesome. He's the nicest human
Yeah,
ever.
he's so nice. I can't imagine performing with him. Like that would just be
Oh, it
really
was
cool.
It's so cool. A story I always tell is like, it was really funny. I'll never forget. So they surprised us, and we had all learned at one point just one role while we went to Puerto Rico. So I understudy all three Schuyler sisters. So at the time, I only knew Peggy and slash Mariah Reynolds, for those big fans of the show. And so we had a rehearsal with Lynn playing Hamilton, because some of us didn't go on, in our understudy roles while we were in Puerto Rico because it was such a short time, which I didn't. But it was really wild because in that rehearsal, I also played Mariah Reynolds. And I remember texting my parents being like, I'm about to kiss my boss and I don't know how I feel about it. And like,
That's so cool.
it was quite frightening, but a good learning experience. And it was the coolest day. So it was
Oh,
awesome.
that's so cool. How did you overcome the pressure of being in a really big popular show? Because I feel like that would be intimidating with how
Mhm.
big Hamilton is.
Yeah, it's huge. It's not lost on me for sure. I think I've discussed this with a bunch of my castmates a lot. I think we just kind of have to forget, honestly, that it is like this kind of cultural phenomenon, and like, we are a part of that. And I feel, the more I think about it, the more I'm likely to mess up on stage, or feel that pressure applied to try and be, like Renee Lee Goldsberry, Philippa Sue, Jasmine Cephas Jones. Like, I I don't want that pressure applied, or otherwise I won't be able to tell the story the way I tell it. So I think in fewer words, just forget about it. and
That totally makes sense, and
your
everyone
gratitude.
brings something different, everyone I've never seen the original cast, I only saw the touring cast.
Which
So,
tour do you remember which tour you saw?
I feel like is there an Angelica tour?
Yes.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's the one I saw. I can't remember though. I feel bad.
No, there, are you kidding? There are so many tours, so that probably is the one you saw. That's exciting.
Seems like it. It sticks out in my head as being Angelica.
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah, and I super enjoyed it. I saw Austin Scott as Hamilton, and
Yeah, the
he took me
dolls.
backstage. What a
Oh,
man. So
that's
incredible.
so nice. I've never actually met Austin before, but our paths I'm sure will cross someday, and with all of our mutual friends. So
Imagine if Austin and you were performing together. That would be my dream.
that'd be awesome. I would love to perform with Austin. He's so talented and seems like a great human. So that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I love that. So you said you've understudied the Schuyler Sisters? That is
Yeah.
so cool. Have you gone on for all three?
Yes. Oh yeah. Many
Wow.
times. I know it's crazy.
Do you
um,
have a favorite?
yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, I try not to have a favorite because, of course, like I want to give equal love to all three of the women, including Peggy, because you get to play two different women.
I love Peggy.
I know. I love her too. She's so fun. I'm the oldest in my family, so getting to play the youngest sister on stage is so fun. I mean, I love playing Eliza, and I think it's just because she in the writing is given the biggest arc. You see most of her journey, and with Angelica's journey, it's very like quick, like tidbits
Right.
about like what she's been up to, and other like aside from satisfied, which is everything. But yeah, I just find that her journey is just easier to follow and super rewarding too.
Right. That's wow. I can't imagine playing all three. That's crazy. And having to remember all the different things because they're so close together. So it's like, do I stand here? Do I stand here?
Oh man. Oh yeah, there was a rehearsal one time. So there now I guess in every company there are three different sister covers. And so there are two women who are backstage as standbys in a swing. And then there's me who's I'm what's known as an onstage cover slash understudy. And there was one rehearsal where we just kept playing like round robin with all three sisters. So
Oh,
for Schuyler Sisters, I'd be Peggy, but then we'd run Helpless and I'd be Eliza, and then we'd run Satisfied and I'd be Peggy again dancing in the Winter's Ball. And it is a lot of information, but it's the best job ever. It's so fun.
yeah. No, that's so fun. I did musical theater up until the end of high school, pretty much year round. So I remember learning multiple tracks, and I remember sometimes it was easier than others.
Yes, it depends for sure on the show, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. And sometimes, being in the ensemble is what's really fun. I
Yeah.
remember, I'd be disappointed that I didn't get a starring role, but then I'd end up having so much fun being in the ensemble because they're in so many songs and they're so important to the story. So I also give love to the ensemble.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I appreciate that so much. Like my normal role when I'm not understudying one of the three Schuyler sisters is being Woman Five, otherwise known like in the ensemble. And it is the most humbling thing to watch our particular ensemble at work. I mean, I'm a fan of people. I think everyone needs to experience the ensemble before
Yeah.
they the principal role or something like that because you get to really feel the community in that and the fact that you are a very integral part of telling the story and you are just as important as the person to your right. Like it's just kind of like in the beginning of Hamilton we're all in that timeline at like downstage center all together and it's because we
Yes.
have a part in telling the story. It's brilliant. It's so awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool. Was it hard to learn the choreography, especially in the ensemble? I feel like it's pretty intense.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm really lucky. So, because I understudy all three of the Schuyler sisters, I usually get a lot of downtime in terms of movement. And so, I'm usually observing a lot of the movement, like on the like kind of outskirts of the stage, or just because they have me essentially and just planted studying the sisters, which is great for me. But there's definitely choreographic moments that took me a second. Like Peggy's choreography that she does in Winter's Ball, like with all the different ensemble couples in the line, was weirdly difficult for me to learn. And
Uh,
she doesn't do a ton, but it's Hamilton is perfect and so detail oriented in its staging, choreography, all the things. So I just really wanted to get it right.
yeah. See, when I did theater, my hardest thing to learn was always the dancing. at all
Yeah.
times.
Yes. Oh, I am a strong mover. Like, not, like the dancers on stage are doing a whole other beautiful, wondrous thing.
Yes, I relate. Like I always appreciated doing shows like Into the Woods where there was less choreography and more like movement.
Yes. Yes. I feel
That
that.
was, yeah, that was for me. Um,
Yes.
what's the biggest thing that you've learned being a part of Hamilton?
Oh my goodness. So much. How do you narrow it down into like one thing, right? I just I am constantly reminded of how grateful I am to be in the position I find myself today. Um, and just to always like stay grounded in that humility and to know that, you know, you are part of a huge thing, but at the same time, like you've been given this amazing opportunity to tell um, these particular women's stories, especially from my point of view as a woman of color. I just, it's not lost on me ever that, you know, representation absolutely matters, and that um, usually historically this would have been told by the women who looked like these women, but to be able to tell it from my perspective, and know that there are little girls in the audience looking at me like and seeing themselves up on that stage, it's that just understanding the gravity in that has been quite the learning lesson.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's a gift
Yeah,
that keeps on giving, truly.
that's so wonderful. Is there, this might be hard, but is there a lyric in Hamilton that really resonates with you? Like one or two or three particular lyrics that make you feel the feels?
Yes, I mean, they're so good, right? Like, you know,
Mhm.
we've all listened to the show. They're amazing. I really resonate with "I put myself back in the narrative." That's like in the finale of the show, and Eliza's kind of taking you through the last 50 years of her life very
Right.
quickly. But I think it's forgiveness is such a strong, deep action and feeling, and I think um, especially how it's felt in its quiet of town, and then for her to move from that, like in her journey to like putting herself back in the story, like electively, you know, like it's so beautiful. And I think, I mean, that whole piece, like who lives who dies who tells your story, like is there a better lyric? It's just like
It's so beautiful.
so good. I know, it's so
Wow,
good.
that's not what I would have expected. I don't know why, but that is so powerful. I love that.
Because there are too many to choose from, so you
No,
know.
I know. It's so hard. I was trying to think what mine is, and I have no idea.
Do you have one?
I don't, I feel like it has to be in Wait for It. And I feel like it's life
Good.
doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. I don't know. That's the first one that came to mind, but there may be another.
That's a good one. That gave me goosebumps. That's a really good one. I love that song.
Yes, Wait for It is the one that I play the most just randomly. You know,
Yeah.
like if I'm not listening to the whole thing, that's the one that's at the top of my playlist.
Yes, yes. That's a great choice. I love that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A lot of people when I mentioned that I was going to be talking to you wondered if you have a pre-show ritual.
Yeah. I mean, it varies, right? Because I play like four different people. So I think what I always say, I kind of have like a juice bar of like, or beverage bar essentially, because especially when I'm on as a sister, you know, like they're singing intensely the whole show. So I have like my like immunity juice and a tea with lemon and honey, and then water and sometimes coconut water, like all literally anything that will like help my voice just stay healthy and hydrated during the 3 hours that is Hamilton, like
Oh,
that thing. I always stretch. Like I really need my body to just be awake. Otherwise my
yeah.
brain can't be. And it takes a lot of brain power to do that show. Um, yeah, with Woman 5 too, I think it's just, it's not as vocally or physically taxing. So I am really relaxed. I think in that ritual before the show, just getting ready, I listen to music as I
Yeah.
my parchment and my little corset, and yeah, so it varies. It varies.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for drinking water. Whenever I did theater, I was the one with the big bottle of water.
Yes. Like
That
those
was
like Bellas or something, or like whatever.
iconic. I love it.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Do you have any dream roles? You know, like outside of Hamilton?
Of course. I mean, I'm so lucky because I've gotten to play so many of my dream roles in the show. But Elphaba is like number one. That's always my first answer.
You as Alphaba. I'm yes. This has to happen.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Everyone manifest that. That'd be great.
Come on, let's do it. We can do it together.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
That's
no,
so
she's
cool. Wow. See, I could never play Elphaba, you know? Like I have to shoot real low.
No, 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 dream big. Come on.
Thank
Alphabet
you.
is,
I'm always like, yeah, I could play Madame Thenardier in Les Mis.
oh my gosh, that'd be so fun though. I honestly, one of my dreams is to play, here's another dream role, every single woman in Les Mis, because like
Yes.
all equally interesting to me. I'm like, I want to play all of them.
That would
That's
be so cool. My true dream role though, like if I am dreaming big, is Wednesday Addams in the Addams Family musical.
yes, because like who doesn't want to sing bold, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that was my audition song for every that's the only song I ever did.
oh, I love that. I love that. That's a great choice. That
Thank
musical
you.
is so fun.
Thank
It'd be a
you. Yes.
blast.
So how can we best support you and your peers during this time? Like it's March again, Broadway and everything has just been shut down and I just wondered like if you have anything that we could do to help.
Oh my gosh, that is such a kind question. I'm so used to being asked about like when are you guys coming back, but never like what can we do? That's so kind. Thank you.
Thank
Um,
you for like being you.
oh my gosh, I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, just keep a lot of artists right now are doing independent events and they're just trying to essentially make ends meet, but they're also trying to be creative at the same time. So if you ever see something, it's huge usually on like even TikTok, Instagram, all forms of social media, YouTube. I know there are a lot of people starting blogging like yourself and all the things like so just keep supporting them and subscribing to them if you can, or just taking part. Like there are a lot of times like just one night only concert events that you can just give a donation to, and then you get to enjoy a virtual night of music for essentially for a very low price. So I've been trying to attend those because a lot of my friends are doing that kind of thing. I'm also on a couple platforms that you can like look up on social media as well. There's like Broadway Plus or different areas of like just opportunities that you can take to, if you are an aspiring artist in any way or you just kind of think theater is cool, like you can learn from people who are like doing it themselves now.
Wow,
um,
yeah.
and then also, I mean, like donating to the Actors Fund because
Yeah.
that is keeping so many entertainers afloat right now, and they are an like invaluable resource. So but thank you for that question. That was so nice, Jonna. I
Yeah,
appreciate
sure.
it.
Yeah, I'm so big on, helping the arts and typically I'm going to shows every month, sometimes a
Same.
handful a month.
Yeah, if I can, for sure.
Yeah, it's been so weird like not being able to go and I miss everybody.
Oh my god, and we miss you guys, like our audiences as well. Like it's definitely a little void that's kind of just been
Yeah,
lived for almost a year now. But fingers
right.
crossed, we will be back. If everybody like masks up and just
Yes,
you know,
come on people. Do
we'll
better.
be
Yeah,
yes.
I had shows that I was supposed to see last year for the first time, like the band's visit I was supposed to see SpongeBob, which I'm a pop culture girl, so that I was ready for that.
Yes, that's so great. So the tours, I'm assuming. So
Right,
then
yeah, because I'm in Pennsylvania, so
oh, that's a great spot. You're getting all the best tours. Oh my gosh. That's
thank
awesome.
you. Sometimes I don't feel that way. My dream is to live in California, so I'm a little
Oh,
sad.
California's beautiful. Yeah, I'm living in Brooklyn right now, but I'll be back in LA for the show, and it's a great spot. That's a good dream.
Thank you. Yeah, so I kind of want to talk about Kid Nation just a little bit because I have to.
Let's do it. The crossover you have between Kid Nation and Hamilton, I was like, absolutely, yes, let's have a conversation.
Yeah,
That's
no,
amazing.
I this is amazing because from day one I have been Green District strong.
Yes, we
That
love
is
hearing that.
the best district. I forever every time I watch, I'm like, wow, I had such good taste when I was 11 because this is clearly the best team.
Yes, I love that so much. I love it. I love it. Green
Yeah,
District.
you and Laurel were such icons to me. I thought you were like the coolest. I wanted you to be my big sisters. I thought you were so cool.
That's so sweet. Oh my goodness. That's such high praise coming from like you at 11 and I was 12, like it's just like
No,
I guess
I
we're
seriously I just loved you guys. And then Michael, I had the biggest crush on Michael.
same. Yeah, Michael was great.
Like I could not be stopped.
Yes. Oh, it was, I mean, you had all of your entertainment you needed just from the Green District.
No, I did. Like everybody else, I was like goodbye. Um,
Yes.
no, I did have favorites on other districts. I'm not gonna lie. I liked Alex, of course.
Oh, Alex.
Where's Alex today? That's what I need to know. I
That's
hope he's doing well.
I feel like I find out where a lot of the kids are now from like fans videos on YouTube and just other interviews that are happening with Kid Nation people today, and like learning that Alex, I think he went to Stanford, which is so unsurprising, but I think he
No,
graduated early or something like that. Like, I have no idea. I hope he's well and thriving though. I really
no,
do.
same. I really do. He's gonna change the world. Just wait, everyone. Just wait. So, do you think that like your experience on Kid Nation helped you with acting in any way, or like, do you want to get into TV or film in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kid Nation prepared me for life, which I think in turn then prepared me for my career, because Kid Nation is an experience unlike any other, which I think is why I'm still in contact with a few of the kids today, because I'm like, we shared
Yeah.
this crazy experience. You know, looking back, like, it is hindsight of 2020, and it's just like wild to rewatch that show, because I actually introduced it to my boyfriend at the beginning of quarantine and was able to rewatch it with him, and just like unbelievable experiences we went through, and it just created such a strong bond between us. So I think um it really it prepared me for relationships like that,
Yeah.
things like that with like my coworkers today, and just gave me such like a level of empathy for other people. I think, like, which is, I think, necessary for a really good actor, singer, dancer, performer to
Oh,
have.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, or just good human, overall human, just to have and maintain empathy. But yeah, I mean, I mean, TV film right now too, the writing is just amazing, and I think I this is the first time, because of quarantine, I've been able to watch a lot of TV in a while.
Oh,
So I've been really enjoying that opportunity, and like,
yes.
seeing, myself represented and where I'm not represented, and figuring out how maybe that crossover could be made eventually. But I'm just enjoying the ride for right now.
Yes, we need more representation. I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
Yes. Same.
Yes,
Yes.
let's go. Yeah, some of my favorite TV shows like are Blackish and Mixedish, and all these ones that are centered around people that typically aren't at the center. You know?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And they're also, and like, it's so important because they're, having these narratives that I feel like people who aren't usually a part of those communities get to learn
Right.
from on TV.
Yeah, that's me. Like I'm a cis
Yeah.
woman, and I learned so much,
Yes.
and it's
Yes.
wonderful. I love it.
Agreed. Agreed. I need to watch more of Blackish. That's definitely a show I've not jumped into
Chef's
yet.
kiss.
Yes. And I mean, Tracy Ellis Ross is like queen. So I'm
Queen,
down to
the
start that.
queen.
The queen.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I love her so much.
Same. Yes. Agreed.
Yeah. Well, do you think we'll ever see like a Kid Nation reunion, even if it's over Zoom?
That would be that's such a good idea. I think that'd be a lot more feasible, than like a one in
Right.
person.
That's what I'm
Well,
thinking.
we're all, yeah, all across the country. I think that would be great. I mean, I think there's definitely a possibility of it, because a lot of the kids, because of the resurgence of Kid Nation in the midst of quarantine, a lot of us have gotten kind of back into contact with each other, and I think that's definitely a desire of ours to see each other again in some capacity. But I've had like mini reunions of my own. Like, I have a group text ongoing with Kennedy and Laurel, and we all like zoomed a bit ago, and that was amazing to catch up on their lives, because we're all very different people now, obviously.
Yeah. Isn't Laurel like a theater person too? Maybe not
Yes,
professionally, but
yeah. I mean, because her voice is insane, but
yeah, I
she,
remember when she sang.
yeah,
Mm,
just like brought the house down at 12. I'm like, this is
yeah.
so fair. Like, yeah, no, she is fantastic. I think she's actually kind of switched gears and is teaching now, which is
Aw,
so cool. And she seems to be incredibly happy and passionate about that. But I think
that's
her
so
love
good.
for theater is undying. Like, she's like very TikTok, like a notable human. I know nothing about TikTok. I'm like 80 years old, but like I know, like, she has a lot of fun on that app, and has been like singing, which I'm so grateful that she posted all to Instagram so I can take part in her voice still, and see that. So she
Oh,
has her creative outlets for sure.
that's so good. Yeah, I think I mentioned this when I DM'd you, but me and my cousins made a Kid Nation movie, like remake, where we took some of the episodes and remade them.
Yes. I've not seen this, but I is it on your channel?
No, it's nowhere to be found, but I did find it this weekend in preparation for this,
Oh my God,
and
are
I
you saying
pulled a couple clips of it.
what?
Yeah, no, I pulled like the intense moments, where I was Greg. I felt like I
Of
felt
course you played Greg. I love that you played Greg. That makes me so
I did.
happy.
I had a beanie, so I think I can try to share it, but I don't
Yes,
know. I've never shared my screen before, so I have no
I,
idea if this will go.
you know how technologically challenged I am. So,
Oh my gosh, let's see if this works.
is it working?
Oh, I have to press share.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
Can you see?
Yes, I can. I'm so grateful this has resurfaced.
This is Bonanza City in Mexico, or what's left of it anyway. The pioneers who ran this place ran into the ground, but that's about to change. Now 10 new pioneers will try to fix those mistakes. The amazing part is, these pioneers are kids. Kids are here, no teachers, no parents, and their leaders, yeah, they're kids too. Welcome to Kid Nation. Come on in, guys. Say hello to the middle of nowhere. You'll be here for the next 40 days. Now, why don't you guys get going? Take only what you can carry, and I'll see you later. Oh, council members, there's something I want to show you. It's a good idea to get to know people fast, because at every town council meeting, you'll be giving one of them one of these. When I saw that beautiful, gorgeous gold star, I seriously didn't know what to think. This star can make a difference in someone's life. Yeah, this is a huge responsibility for the town council. I mean, we have to look at everyone in a whole new way.
This is where we're gonna be sleeping on the floor?
We have to sleep on the floor? Guys, we have to get it together. Why don't we divide up the kids? Dude, just take control.
I don't even know what you were doing. Okay, now it's time.
Take control.
We are.
Mike, stop!
Don't get in my face.
Why?
Don't get in my face!
Ooh.
But the gold star winner is Michael.
Woo! Yeah, Michael.
And what are you gonna do with your money?
Well, I'm gonna give it to my parents.
I work way harder than Michael. He will regret it. Okay, so basically we're playing a respect game. If any of you decide to say something or do something while someone else is talking, we're starting over.
So stupid!
That's not even fair! Life isn't fair! Let's hear it for Laurel! Yeah! Woo!
Sorry guys, I made you go through that respect game. If I would have had the guts, I would have stopped it.
I just don't think that the most disrespectful people in town have any right to preach to us about how we should respect each other. What are you guys doing?
Oh.
Laurel loving the outfit. Okay, instead of sitting in the middle of the street, I think you guys should be working, and doing things. Oh gee, really? You think so? Last night, we were there for the whole conversation. You guys said it would be better if me and Blaine sat here in the middle of the street complimenting people all day.
We didn't.
All day. You guys said that me and
That's
Blaine...
not true.
Did you hear that, Blaine? That is not true. You think you're better than everybody else. Well, we don't agree with that. And since you don't think that Blaine and I deserve the gold star, we're not giving it to anybody this week.
I think that you should stop, and you need to be the one teaching us respect. I think that we need to be teaching you respect.
You're interrupting. Respect. You're the most disrespectful person here. Don't tell us about respect. Idiots. Walk away, babies.
Whatever.
Ugh. Come on, Michael.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that you can't understand the point.
Sorry you can't be a man. What's so wrong with that? I mean, people think half the things I do here are an insult, and they're not.
Disrespect is not always an intentional thing, Gray.
I call it tough love.
Oh, that's enough. Tough love.
Now that I think about it, I can see where they're coming from. I just need some time to think about it. All right.
Oh my goodness.
It was so long. That was 3 minutes of 45.
I am so beyond impressed. Those were direct quotes. The stakes were just as high. You and your friends, I don't know why you ever retired from acting, because you guys were Freaking fantastic. I am so just aghast at that whole thing. I'm honored.
Thank you. No, I cringe at it, but I think it's hilarious all at the same time.
Also, so well done. Like the fact that you like edited stuff like that, like that just technical process would have intimidated me enough not to do something like that. Like that.
I love how the heads are cut off at parts. I didn't have a tripod. I was putting it on like cabinets.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, I loved every second of that. So thank you so much for sharing.
No, thank you for watching. Like, it's crazy. When I was young and making that, I never would have thought somebody would see it from the show. Like,
Oh my
that's
God.
crazy.
I'm so glad you made it. Thanks to younger you for doing that.
Thank you. Well, do you have anything else like that you want to tell the people or?
Oh gosh, I mean, I thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate being here and sharing on your platform. Yes, just keep donating what you can to the Actors Fund to support unemployed entertainers and performers right now. And wear a mask, stay safe, and stay grateful.
Yes, I second all of that. So thank you so much, Morgan. That was awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Are you kidding? Anytime, truly.